Okay, so in this video we're going to be looking at how to get the enemies to fire. So to begin with, I'm just going to run the program so you can actually see it. So at the moment you can see the enemies are firing and they're firing at a reasonable rate. So I'm going to let one of the bullets hit me and then ends the game. Okay, so that's the basic idea for this one. Now, first of all, I've got two variables. Okay, the first one here, probability fire. This is the value we're using to control how fast they fire. So I'm going to change this to a ridiculously high number, although it looks quite small, 0.1. But I'm going to press execute on that to see what difference that makes. So you see they're firing a lot faster than they were before. If I increase the max number of bullets to be 80 and execute, you'll see a massive big difference. Kind of a wall of bullets. So these two numbers control the difficulty of the game effectively. So I'm going to put it back to what I had it at. You can obviously play around with that, but we'll see why this controls it. So I'm just going to run it again to make sure I got those numbers. Yeah, it's about right. Maybe I'll make that slightly smaller or bigger. So let's have a look at the other changes. So those are my two variables. So that's what I had before, and here's the controlling enemy fire. So for every invader has the ability to fire bullets. Okay, and to make the game more interesting, we're going to keep it quite random. So we then choose a random number. Now, if you do .random in Python, and that's going to pick a number between 0 and 1. So this allows us to kind of use a number between 0 and 1 for the probability as well. So I use that variable, probability fire, and if the fire chance is less than or equal to that probability of fire, then it's going to fire. Okay. Also, I have a little control here to make sure I don't have too many bullets. So if there's too many bullets on the screen already, we don't fire. Then, like for the player, I'm just going to append a rectangle to a list of enemy bullets, and this will keep track of when the bullet has been created. Now, once the bullet's been created, it then independently kind of goes through and does collision detection and movement, all that kind of stuff. Underneath, I've got that code. So for every enemy bullet, I'm going to move it. So unlike the play bullet, which is going by -3, this one's going positive because it's going the opposite direction. If it collides with the player, for now, all I'm doing is setting the game over true as in it ends the game. Okay, later on we'll do lives. So collide rect is the exact same way we're doing it before. If it goes off the screen, so it goes off the bottom of the screen, we want to remove it as well, because otherwise what will happen is we'll fire 8 bullets and never fire again. So that's important that we remove it. So that moves and does collision detection, which is really straightforward. And then to draw the enemies bullets, it's the exact same as we did before. So for B in enemy bullets, and this time I'm just making it red instead of white. But other than that, it's almost exactly the same code. So actually making enemy bullets is really straightforward. One of the benefits of how using a variable to control the probability of fire is that we can change this value in the game to make it harder. So every level, maybe we can increase it by a little bit, and that will make the game a little bit harder each time.